I mean, I would say my favorite type of running is, probably at altitude, like above tree line, and over mixed surface, like multi-terrain, I guess. So where maybe you're approaching running on a trail, but then you're off trail, scrambling up to a ridge, traversing a ridge, getting into more technical terrain, but then, with a lot of vertical gain to some summit, and then descending back to the valley. My name is Anton Krupicka. I'm a mountain runner, outdoor athlete who lives in Boulder, Colorado. I grew up in northern Nebraska in this small town called Niobrara, 300 people, very rural community. I grew up on a farm 7 miles outside of that. Us living on the farm was more of like an exercise in self-reliance. We had big gardens, an orchard, a woodlot. My parents were very much into like self-sufficiency, self-reliance, individuality. It absolutely informs my values and principles in life and how I approach sport, because sport is such a big part of my life. I would say one of my guiding principles in running and being in the mountains in general is self-reliance, which expresses itself as stripping the material goods down to the bare minimum and relying on fitness and skill and experience to stay safe and have a meaningful experience in the mountains. When you put so much time into something, like hours and hours on the trails, in the mountains, on a bike, you can't help but want to refine the experience and refine the material goods that are enhancing or contributing to that experience. So that expresses itself as I don't take much with me, and I like to move light and fast and have kind of like the most unfettered, unmediated experience with the terrain as possible. When it comes to running, what I enjoy the most about it is how simple and pure and elemental it is and how little you need. Due to my more minimalist approach in running, oftentimes a belt is all I need to carry the few things I do bring with me when I run. And it helps me feel more unencumbered and ready to approach the outing. If people look at my career, the way I approach the sport, I would just want them to be inspired to figure out what they like about the sport and to follow their own personal vision and what that means for them. And that can mean being super dedicated to performance and maximizing potential and dialing all the details, but just like do it with passion and conviction, and not because you're just seeking an external validation, but because it feels most true to you.